In the heart of bustling New York City, where dreams collided with destiny every second, lived Alina Ravira, a 27-year-old architect who had built walls around her heart higher than the sky capers she designed. Her life was precision and order, blueprints, meetings, and late night coffees in her glass walled office overlooking the Hudson River. But deep inside, Alina carried a quiet edge. Her mother, an immigrant from Spain, used to tell her stories of fated meetings, souls who were meant to find each other, even if oceans, time, or words stood between them. Alina used to laugh at the idea. Fairy tales, Mama, she had say, the real world does not work like that. Until the night she met Arav Sharma. He came from Jaipur, India, a 30-year-old photographer with a passion for capturing moments that words could never describe. He believed in the light, the way it could often pain, illuminate truth, and connect hearts. Arav had arrived in New York for a cultural photography exhibition titled Words in Frames. It was his first visit to the United States, and he carried not just his camera but a thousand unspoken dreams. Their words first brushed against each other on a rainy evening in Central Park. Elena had been running through the park after a stressful meeting, her umbrella flipping inside out with the wind. Rav, crouched near a puddle, was photographing the reflection of skyscraper shimmering in the rain. Their collision was almost cinematic. Her heel catch on a wet leaf, and she stumbled right into him. His camera nearly fell, but his hands catch both it and her. I'm so sorry, she gasped. Rav smiled, his eyes warm and amused. No damage done, expect maybe to gravity. Elena laughed for the first time that week. Something about his calm energy unsettled her usual control. You are not from her here, are you? She asked. No, he said, tucking his camera away. I'm just visiting, but it feels like I have walked these streets before in another life. That strange scene and sense of deja vu lingered between them like a shared secret. Over the next few days, fate seemed to weave their paths again and again at a small cafe near Times Square in a bookstore where they reached for the same copy of The Little Prince, and finally at Arav's exhibition. His photographs were breathtaking: children chasing kids in Rajasthan, old hands weaving stories in candlelight, rain falling over temples. But one photo stopped Elena cold. It was of a sunset over a Spanish village with a lone woman standing near a fountain. Her face turned away, yet her posture familiar. That's my mother's village, she whispered. Where did you take this? Arab looked surprised. Spain, Grenada. I was there 2 years ago. I remember that fountain. It felt like time stopped there. Elena, heart raced. My mother used to tell me stories about that exact spot. Their connection deepened, carried by shared stories and the quiet understanding that some meetings defy logic. They began spending evenings walking along the Hudson, trading pieces of their words. Elena told him about her childhood in Madrid before moving to America. Rav spoke of his grandmother's courtyard in Jaipur, where every evening smelled of jasmine and rain. You know, he said one night, I think people are like cities. Some are made of steel and glass, some of sand and stars. But when they met, they create skylines together. Elena smiled softly, and some cities build bridges instead of walls. Weeks turned into months. Rav's exhibition ended, but he stayed on in New York, finding excuses, new projects, photo sessions, our desire to capture winter light, but both knew the truth. He was staying for her for the first time. Elena allowed herself to believe that love could exist outside logic. She stopped rushing through life and started living in moments. The kind Rav always talked about, but love, life, like life, tests the brave. One morning, Rav received news from home. His father had fallen seriously ill. He needed to return to India immediately. They stood at the airport, silent under the fluorescent lights. I will come back, he said. I promise. Elena nodded, though her heart trembled, and I will wait no matter how far our worlds are. Months passed. They wrote letters, sent pictures, and talked across time zones. But distance can be both bridge and stone. Calls grew shorter, text delayed. Elena's work consumed her again, while Arav faced his family's struggle, yet neither forgot the other. One night, as Elena walked home through a snowfall, she saw something familiar in a gallery. window, a poster, words in frames, the global reunion exhibit featuring Rav Sharma. Her heart skipped. He was back. She ran to the exhibition hall the next evening, breathless, uncertain if she had found him. The room was filled with people and photographs from across the world, but one corner caught her eye. It was a collection titled When Hearts Meet Across Worlds. In the center was a photo of her standing by the Hudson, her face lit by sunlight, unaware that he had taken the picture months ago. Tears filled her eyes as a familiar voice spoke behind her. You once said cities built bridges instead of walls. I came back to finish building ours. She turned. There he was, camera slung around his neck, eyes glimmering with that same quiet warmth. I could not stay away, he said softly, because no matter where I went, I kept finding pieces of you in every light, every story. Elena stepped closer and realized, she whispered, love does not belong to one place. It belongs to hearts brave enough to cross words. The crowd faded, the lights dimmed, and the city outside seemed to pause for two souls who had finally bridged, bridged the distance between their worlds. From then on, Elena and Arav built not just careers but stories together, traveling from India to Spain, designing shelters for art and hope, capturing moments where love whispered quietly between cultures. Their stories became one more tale in the tapestry of the world, proof that when hearts meet across world, even oceans bow to the power of connections. And somewhere in the timeless rhythm of cities and stars, a voice seemed to echo the truth Elena's mother once told her. Some souls are destined to meet, not because they are perfect, but because together they make the world more beautiful.